Wow. Ifa worshipper worship Igbo god whose name is Igbo, god of all gods. Yoruba Ifa mythology says that Igbo is the name of God. Accordingly, the Yoruba name for Almighty God is Igbo Olodumare. By Ifa definition and mythology, Igbo defines the concept of the almighty and all power of God, the Creator, the greatest of the 16 sons and daughters of God, who came to redeem earth from the evil one. According to Ifa mythology, is a god called Obatala, who Yoruba worship as the ancestor of the Igbos and the greatest of all the sons of God who have incarnated on earth. They call him the Ancient of Days, vicegerent of the Omnipotent, mediator between the Almighty and man. Ifa says he died and resurrected after 16 days in the grave, and his praise song says death has no power over Obatala. His title is Obatala Oshere Igbo, a title which according to Ifa strikes immense fear and awe whenever and wherever it is mentioned. Reason being that Igbo is the name of the Almighty in its capacity as the God who dealt an unforgettable defeat upon the forces of evil in the most devastating war ever fought on earth between good and evil. Ifa calls that war the Great Igbo Battle. This war, needless to say, was the same great battle between good and evil, referred to in other great mythologies around the world, not the least of which is the Hebrew Bible. Professor Akelonu was once surprised, as I am sure it will surprise you and others, when she first visited the Yoruba Center in Havana, Cuba, and what she saw, heard, and closely recorded as a researcher. I saw among the Yoruba pantheon of gods at the center the statue of a god named Obatala, whose inscription explanation read, Father of the Igbo nation, Master of all divinities, Creator of man in various forms, Gentle Lord of the pure white. Continuing, Akolonu said that this was a great puzzle to her, that the father of the Igbo nation was revered among the Yoruba not just as a god, but that he was seen as the master and head of all known Yoruba divinities and as the creator of man. Akolonu confirmed in the treatise that the Yoruba Center was set up under the guidance and approval of Professor Wande Abimbola, Yoruba Center in Havana, Cuba, the well-known Yoruba authority on Ifa. Thank you for listening to this news. Viewers, this is interesting. So, why the Igbos are the sons and daughters of God? The Creator, the Yorubas are worshippers. The Hausas are believers, while the Fulanis are cursed outcasts. Well, our viewers, this is wonderful. This is uh, this is more than a story. This is a well comprehensive history that you should get hold of. You can see that Igbos are are made to be special. No wonder everything concerning them looks so different and work out so different. No wonder anything they put or lay their hands upon appears to be straight and appears to be successful. The Igbos have been seen as the people of God. We can directly say that the Igbos are more or less the Israelites, because God have love so much for the people of Israel. So we can directly say that the Igbos are the Israelites of Nigeria, because of the love that Christ has for them. And you will believe me from at least this story, this news that I've just been read to you, these little narratives that you've just gotten. The Igbos are very close to the heart of God. The Yorubas, yes, they are very useful and important to God, but then they are seen as true worshipper of God, and that is truly expected from them. As for the Hausas, though in the story they are seen to be outcasts, but I don't think we'll call them the outcasts, because they are truly worshippers of the Most High. To me, personally, on a neutral ground, I will tell you the truth. In human, from my observation, the Hausas are more factual in terms of worshiping. Worshipping, the Hausas don't joke with it. The Hausas don't joke with things that concern God. They don't joke with things that concern the existence of God. The Hausas will prefer to lose all that they have gotten just to make sure they satisfy that day's worship. So what are we talking about? Yes, the history or the news has given you all that it truly uh, deserve. But then the truth must be told. The you the Hausas are truly uh, true worshippers of God, and they have done more than expected when it comes to worship. I want to give my credit to the people of Hausa based on my findings. You see, the Hausas are not just uh, worshippers, but they are true followers of the faith. They have worked so hard to see that the the service of God is truly adhered to. The the Hausas have done so much in terms of worshiping God, following His commandments, and doing what they feel that is right to be done. So, in essence, I would say, in terms of worship, the Hausas have more credit than the Yorubas that are seen to be true worshippers of God. As for the Igbos, they may not be true worshippers, but they have grace. They have this grace, just like the grace given to Father Solomon. The grace, this grace is the grace of God, the grace to succeed. This grace has been on the Igbos right from the right from the invention of this earth. So I think that know that this grace has been what has been following the Igbos from the beginning. No wonder they succeed in all that they do and all of their endeavors. So, I will say, without missing words, that the Igbos are truly favored, and they should start working towards all that has been all that has been said to them. So, my viewers, with what I've just read to you, I would like you to not to be biased, but still try to understand what is truly meant by worshiping the Ifa man worshiping the Igbo god. Don't forget to leave your comment behind.